Everyone again, and I'm here with Busy Jordi, OJ Jordan from Crypto Corner. It's great to meet you. We are talking for the first time, and we just decided to do this live stream. So I'm eager to hear from you many things about trading because I know that you are trading. Thanks. First of all, thank you that you are here. How do you do today?
Very well. It's my pleasure to be invited and to meet you. I've been in crypto for quite a few years, and it's always great to meet more people and to grow this community. To be honest, when I started with cryptocurrencies back in late 2015, early 2016, there were not many channels, not many influencers or content creators, and I did learn pretty much everything from YouTube videos. So it's great that these days we have even more people doing these kind of videos. And thank you also for doing your content and your interviews and everything. This is also very insightful and interesting. So you're doing a very good job.
Thank you very much. I'm trying my best, and you started your journey in 2016, buying your first bitcoins at $400.
It's around 420, I think.
So currently, you don't need to do anything. Basically, you can buy a small island, I assume.
I guess I can, but I mean, for me, the thing is, you have to keep busy with stuff, and I do trading, and for me, it's exciting to do trading, especially now in this bull cycle. It's so different than the previous ones. It just keeps things quite interesting. But I do travel a lot. This is really what I like, and I'm still a digital nomad, so to speak. I'm not really based anywhere right now. I was based in UK for a long time, and when I started my crypto journey, I was still based in the UK. But as soon as I started making a decent amount of money, I started traveling, and I haven't really stopped, except for COVID.
And so that's why your nickname is Busy Jordi, right?
My nickname is Busy Jordi, but that started back in the 90s. I can't remember how I came up with the nickname, but it was it was my first or my second email. I needed to come up with something, and I wanted a nickname that is still having my name in there, but it's kind of more playful and stuff. And I was like, well, I'm quite busy all the time. I'm busy, so I became Busy Jordi. So this is like 30 years now I've had this nickname on all kinds of things. It was
about trading. You said that you love this kind of emotions. You like to feel the market, and that's why you do it. I assume that you don't need to do it, but you just like it, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you have to keep busy is my motto, because if you are too idle, if you don't really have a goal or tasks and targets and things that you want to achieve and want to do, you kind of become complacent with life, and many people, as they become successful, they kind of lose track they lose drive, and that's not something that I want to do. So I keep myself busy. I find things to keep me busy, and right now trading is one of those things that keeps me on the edge of my seat, because of course we love winning, and in trading you don't always win, so it keeps the thrill.
So what do you mean about trading? Because there are many people who say that they are traders or investors, and I see most of them are not traders. I see most of them are gamblers.
In crypto there is so much gambling, actually. When you think of meme coins, one of the biggest craze, and every bull cycle we think that meme coins are in the past and stuff like that, and every bull cycle they come strong, and they come new ones, and they're even bigger pumps and all of that, and this is pure gambling. So there is a big deal of gambling happening with crypto, but I'm not really into that. I'm probably more conservative these days. Of course, in the beginning I was a big risk taker, and I was jumping into small cap coins and chasing all of these 1,000% pumps and things like that. These days I tend to be a little more conservative, and looking at mostly technical analysis, but I do combine fundamental and technical analysis. And I try to evaluate projects on fundamentals and kind of go into projects with stronger fundamentals. But at the same time, I do also have a degen portfolio, some meme coins and, all kinds of stuff that are kind of short term, not necessarily investment tools. But yeah, when it comes to trading, I try to mix all kinds of things so that I can have exposure to different markets. But we're talking crypto trading only.
Yeah, talking crypto, right? So
Yeah.
so you said that you are trading meme coins and you have your trading strategies. So what are these trading strategies? I'm curious, because many people are talking about technical analysis, and in my opinion, in my point of view, the technical analysis is it's okay, but it's for everybody. I mean, so-called technical analysis. For example, indicators that are available everywhere, on every single platform. Moving averages, relative strength index, etc., 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 and TradingView, 30 million users, Binance, 200 million users. Each platform is sharing the same indicators. So if everyone on the market is using the same indicators, the same patterns, the same strategies, so-called strategies, so what advantage can achieve an average trader on the market? Possibly none, possibly zero. So this is my question, what is your strategy to get an advantage on the market? I'm curious.
Yeah, well, you're right that there's all of the same indicators, but it's also, different people have different styles and, of course, different strategies. So you're right to ask about strategies because this is really what differentiates, people and how they trade it successful from non-successful. I would say experience is playing a big role because I now have a sense of the market that sometimes I also go just by gut feeling, like intuition. Sometimes you've observed a certain coin's performance for quite a long time, and you've kind of started to get a sense of how it could perform, what's the most likely scenario. Because with trading, it's all about finding what is the most likely scenario. There's always many possibilities, and sometimes there's endless possibilities of what could happen. But you combine different tools, and whether it's patterns and indicators and oscillators and everything, but you combine different tools because you're trying to find what is the most likely scenario out of, let's say, there would be many probables, but there would be at least 2 or 3 that are kind of very likely. And now from these 2 or 3, you really have to pick what you think is the most likely one so that you can act upon it. You can either place some orders, whether they're buy orders, sell orders, or maybe you just want to wait. There are certain things that you have to observe, and you're waiting for certain signals that different people read differently. You see, some people don't really know certain tools, and they're limited to what they're going to be using. You can never use all of the tools. If you go on any charting platform, TradingView, whatever, you will see so many tools. It's impossible to be using all of them. So it's all about what tools you're using, how you combine them, what is your experience. Do you have the discipline sometimes to be waiting for a certain price to be hit or for a certain breakout to happen? Some people don't know about these things, so they would act very spontaneous, and people a lot of the times are buying in FOMO, and then they're very influenced by FUD. They get scared easily, so they would be selling in fear. There's a lot of things that can go wrong and that you can do wrong if you don't have the experience. And of course, in the beginning, I was doing all of these things wrong as well. But now I've learned lessons, and through my mistakes, of course. I talk about this in. I have a book I published, and that was some time ago, so I probably need to update it. But I talk about all of my mistakes in the book because it's all about trying to prevent you from doing the same mistakes, and this is how we progress. I've also read a lot of books, and I tried to learn from other people's mistakes. But of course, you are bound to make mistakes, and you have to learn it yourself. So there's no way that you can learn everything about trading and then you go and you're super successful and you never make mistakes. That's never going to happen. So
Yeah.
one of the first things that people need to learn is, I mean, there's so many things that I can talk about.
Yeah.
One of the first things that people struggle with, let's say, is accepting losses. People don't like to accept losses. And
You mean
there's-
accepting losses? So when you don't believe in a particular coin which you holding, not to hold it anymore, just sell it. If you believe
yeah.
it will go lower, right?
Yeah. This I think comes later. This comes with experience as well, because in the beginning, when people get into crypto, they go for tokens that are promoted by certain people they follow, and then as soon as they make a little bit of a profit with that token, especially if this is your first, or the first tokens that you buy, as soon as you get a bit of profit with that token, you start loving it. You start getting emotionally attached because this is the first time that you invested, you throw money at something and it made you a profit. And for me, that was Bitcoin. But later I diversified. I went into Ethereum. I bought my first Ethereum at $8. It went to $50 very quickly after that. And I was like, wow, this is even bigger profit than Bitcoin. Then I bought XRP. XRP made a huge pump in 2017. We're talking thousands percentage points, and of course I didn't really like it, but I made a very big profit. But this is when I started learning how to detach emotionally. And XRP was one of the first tokens that I sold without really having any emotion, and purely used it to grow my Bitcoin. My whole point actually in trading altcoins is to grow my Bitcoin, because I'm not really a Bitcoin maxi, but I feel that Bitcoin is indeed the most important one, the most decentralized, and the most, you can criticize this decentralization in Bitcoin, but you can't compare it to the altcoins. None of the altcoins is as decentralized as Bitcoin. So for me, Bitcoin is the main one. And I trade altcoins to grow my Bitcoin. And then, of course, Bitcoin itself is growing my fiat value of my capital. So for me, this is how it works. And XRP gave me one of the biggest profits in the early days, and I still managed to sell it without any remorse. But I did get emotionally attached to Dash, for instance. Dash was a privacy coin. It still is, but it was very strong back in the day, in my early days. And this was the first project that I got very attached to, and then I regretted, because as we went into a bear cycle and I didn't sell my Dash, I saw it lose 90% of its
I have
value.
a question. I'm sorry I interrupt you.
No problem.
But we have a limited time. I noticed that I have a meeting, a video call in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. I have a question about these tools, because you said about tools, many different tools to use. What is your favorite one? Because I'm using many different tools also.
Well, it's difficult to pick favorites, but
maybe not favorite. What kind of tools?
Yeah, I'll tell you the tools that I use the most. Of course, I use quite a lot of tools, but I like combining moving averages, and especially the 9th and the 50th moving averages and exponential moving averages we're talking about. I like combining this with volume. I like using the stochastic RSI. I also use the simple RSI, but stochastic RSI is a little more responsive, kind of faster response you get with stochastic RSI. But it's more important the fact that I'm actually a position trader. I don't do day trading, and I don't really do very high frequency trading. I do sometimes I have weeks when there's no trades placed.
Yeah.
Because I would place a trade I would wait for a certain level. I would establish my support and resistance levels. Usually I have 2 or 3 targets on the way up and on the way down. So, first target hit, I might sell. If we're talking way up, I might sell a little bit. Then second target hit, I offload a little bit more. But there's all kinds of things. It's going to be difficult to explain it in like a short space of time. But these are all things that I do, and tools that I use. Patterns. I mean, you have flag patterns that I use a lot, and I like that. Of course.
You're telling me you are explaining indicators right now, and okay, but I have a question about tools. I like platforms. What kind of platform?
Well, Aurochs is one of the platforms that I'm using in terms of tools, and Token Matrix is another one. Because Token Matrix actually gives us a lot of different charts and metrics that you can combine. This is basically how I pick tokens to trade, because they have a lot of trading grades and things that kind of help me to quickly source out tokens that are good to trade right now. Aurochs is a very good platform because it's similar to TradingView, but I basically open many different charts.
What's the website of this?
I think it's aurochs.com.
How to spell it?
You enter through a different portal. It's web.getaurochs.com, but I think the original website where you land would be just aurochs.com.
Can you write it on the chat, because I cannot find it?
Okay, well, let me see. Do I have a easy way to get the link from this? Maybe I will drop it later, because right now, yeah, I can drop it here. Okay, there you go. It's aurochs.app.
Yeah, Get Aurochs, yeah. Okay.
And so yeah, I can open different. Shall I share my screen? Maybe I can show you very quickly how it looks. Let me see. No, I'm not seeing the sharing here. Yeah. Terminal. Yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, of course. Yes. In a second. Wait a second. Right now. Cool.
Okay, so as you see here, I've got this is the chart of Bitcoin, and stochastic RSI is actually the first indicator here, because I do use it a lot. And then I just scroll down and I have Ethereum here, and then I can go to Binance, and let's say these here, different coins that I'm trading on Binance. So I've got all of their charts already, and I can just open them one by one. And I can very quickly access all of these charts and tokens that I'm trading, rather than with TradingView, for instance. Most of the time, you have to just have them saved, go and call them from. It's probably not very different than this, but at least I'm not loading them in the same window. And every time switching between them, I can literally just scroll down and access them much easier. There are certain AI tools here with Aurochs that are very good as well, especially for beginners. I don't really use this very much, but for instance, they have this Aurochs tool that is kind of giving you short and long and short signals. And it's an AI tool, so it's combining different indicators and things. So this could be very helpful for people who start, and I always recommend it to beginners. There's a lot of tools here. I don't really need to make a proper presentation of this platform, but definitely it's one of the tools that I'm using all the time.
Nice, really nice. Okay.
Yeah. And
are you going to take profits in the end of this bull cycle?
Say again?
Are you going to take some profits in the end of this bull cycle?
Oh yeah, not some profits. This is basically my motto, and I'm saying everyone who knows me and follows me for a while, they already know. I don't hold any altcoins during a bear cycle. During the last bear cycle, I was holding 3 altcoins only, and that was Ethereum, just because it's sitting in my cold wallet with Bitcoin, and I thought it's going to be long-term thing, but now I'm going to get rid of it. Anyways, I was holding only 3 coins. It was Ethereum. I was holding CRO because I'm using the crypto.com debit card, so I had to take some CRO. That was the only reason why I was holding CRO. And I think the third one was some Cardano that was left staked. And that's another thing. I don't like staking because I with staking, a lot of the time you just stake it and forget it, and then you don't really access it at the right time.
And forget it.
And
It's like a set it and forget it.
so yeah, and I had staked some Cardano and I forgot about it, so that's why it was sitting throughout the whole bear cycle. So these were the only 3 altcoins that I was holding. I don't like holding altcoins in a bear cycle. They lose 90, sometimes 99% of their value, and that's not a good thing. Bitcoin is the only coin that I will be holding, long term and through bear cycles and stuff. I'm exiting all of the altcoins when I see the blow off top, or even if it's not a blow off top. As we see the signs of a bear cycle starting, I exit.
Awesome. So my time is going to finish soon, but I wanted to show you something. I want to show you some also data and tools that I feel that you might be interested in. I will share my screen with you.
Okay.
And this is on-chain data, right? For sure you know it. It's NUPL, net unrealized profit and loss. This metric is showing whether most of wallets among Bitcoin holders are in profit, so it's high, or in loss. And where they're in loss, it's low. Do you know it before? Did you know it before? Yeah, right. So I created a simple way to maybe alert us when the peak is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it also by yourself, but I will show you how. So I'm setting up a trend line, the trend line which is crossing each previous top.
Yeah.
This one, that one, the third, and the fourth. So right now it was not crossed yet.
Right.
What I can do, I can just right now double click on a chart, and you can see the Bitcoin price here. So once again, let's do like this. I will take the horizontal line.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4, or something like this, maybe here.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crossed 4 times in the past.
Yeah.
It was pretty accurate.
Very accurate.
Most of the times, it was just at the top, at the top of the bull market. So what if we will create a notification, an alert, which will notify us when this metric, net unrealized profit and loss, will be crossed. Will be crossing this line.
Yeah, very good.
So we can do it. Basically, we can do it pretty easily, just by clicking on that line and adding an alert. And I already did it. I will show you something. I will send it to you. The peak of the bull market is approaching, so this is it. More information. I'm already subscribing this alert on Telegram, email, etc. So I will share it to you. I will share that link to you, just that link to you. And when you will open this link, you can just, click subscribe and be notified when this will happen. And this is also using not only NUPL, but also it's using increasing amounts of Bitcoins flowing into exchanges.
Right.
Reserve of Bitcoins on spot exchanges flowing into. So when NUPL will be crossed, plus there will be increased Bitcoin transfers to spot exchanges, then we will be notified. I will send this to you maybe in a comment right here. And I will also share with you some another alert, because this is the peak of the bull market is approaching, and this one will be much more precise because the trend line was set a little bit higher on this one. And again, similar. I will just send the link to this alert to you. So this is from me, I like to use on-chain data. I like to use exchange data also and analyze it in real time. And I would love to hear more from you about your analysis and about Bitcoin. Maybe we have 5 minutes. Still, we have 5 minutes. So last few questions. What do you think about Bitcoin right now? Because many people are talking different things, totally different things. Half of the market believe that Bitcoin will go high, really soon, and half of the market right now, they are not so sure that Bitcoin will fall. But I believe that opinions are divided. So what is your opinion basically right now? Or maybe what do you speculate in with your capital?
Right. I'm expecting Bitcoin to continue the bull rally. I don't know who is thinking otherwise. I mean,
okay, so let's just go to the X and read some speculations,
Yes.
predictions of Bitcoin. There are plenty of them showing that the Bitcoin should go, for example, to 50,000 again.
You mean as a short-term correction kind of?
Short-term correction.
No,
right.
And I don't see the 50,000. I already said it. Yeah, I saw a few people actually talk about 53,000 and 50K. No, I don't really see a case for Bitcoin to drop that far. To be honest, many people expect that we are going to continue making these 30-40% corrections as we've done in previous bull cycles. However, and I already said that earlier, this bull cycle is different. I mean, for the first time, we hit an all-time high before the halving. We've never done this before. For the first time, we have a huge inflow of institutional money. This we haven't had before. So this is a different cycle than what we've had before. And we've had three kind of
2021 Coinbase IPO.
Right.
Different thing, right? 2017 the futures on Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
But they came in the end of 2017, and they actually started the bear run. Yeah. They were not throughout the bull run, and they did not help the bull run. In fact, they did the opposite.
Yeah.
And because as soon as the futures opened, they all shorted it. Yes. I mean, it was organized. It was. I even reported on this back in the day because they said their target was to tame Bitcoin, and that's exactly what they did. As soon as the futures opened, they shorted Bitcoin, and they caused a huge drop that was much bigger than it was going to happen organically. Anyways. Yes, every cycle is different because it has different things that are involved. But I would say that the fact that we have spot Bitcoin ETFs, something that we've been trying since 2017. I remember the first application was the Wilkenvoss twins.
Winklevoss, yeah.
Gemini, yeah, I think that was in either early 2017 or was it late 2016, something like that. But yeah, we've been trying to get the spot ETF since then, and it was getting rejected all this time. And it's been a long way coming. So I feel that this is a different bull market, and I think it's far from over. And I think that we have 3 pullbacks so far that were about 16%, 17% at the most. And this last pullback right now is, for the first time we're seeing a bigger pullback. But that doesn't mean that we should expect the 30 and 40% pullbacks that we had before, because before it was just retail, and retail gets easily scared, and retail sells at the first chance they get. So you get much bigger corrections when it's only retail involved. With institutional money, a lot of the times these guys, they don't necessarily take advantage of every swing. I mean, certainly don't. So not every time we see volatility in Bitcoin, you're going to get these huge sell-offs that you used to get before. And this time we have a 23% correction. I feel this is pretty much it.
Nice.
I mean, I don't really see a case for Bitcoin to be going to 50,000, 56K, 56,500 or whatever it was, the the local bottom here. I think this was pretty much it.
Awesome. I would love to talk with you more, because currently today we had only 30 minutes, but maybe next week or in 2 weeks, we can redo this and do this again.
Yeah, totally. We can do a follow-up on this. I've been now you're going through my blog. Yeah, I need to start posting more often on my blog. The thing is, lately I'm traveling a lot. I was in Argentina for a few months. I just came to Barcelona right now. I'm going to Liechtenstein, then I'm going to the UK. So all this traveling kind of it doesn't really help with creating content. But yeah, guys, I will be getting more frequent with my content, especially in my blog, because I've neglected it lately. But yeah, you can check out ojjordan.com or learncryptonow.com is the other website that I recently started. I'm still building it, and there's still some content that needs to go up there. But Learn Crypto Now is basically a portal that I'm creating for people who are kind of new to cryptocurrencies, so that it will help a lot of people to understand different cryptos, how wallets work, the difference between wallets, cold and hot wallets, and non-custodial versus custodial, things that are very important for people who are new to crypto. These are things that I'm currently working on, and it will be a pleasure. We will do another video very soon, as soon as I figure out when is the next time I can spare some
yeah, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, and see you soon. I'm